everybody, welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix. Man, I am still here in the end, basking in my glory of beating 19 Ender Dragons last episode. If you missed it, you can check out the last episode. It was pretty awesome. It was a pretty awesome time. I think I only showed like one fight actually on camera and just showed the spoils of the other fights, and yeah, it went really well. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Okay, so apparently there's no way up here. I'm going to need to work on that. I don't think we're going to work on that today. At some point, I really want to address sort of what is going on up there and how we're going to do this sort of way to get to the end and stuff, but that's not going to be today. Today, I want to get back into the city. You know, I've been working on the castle over there the first 7 episodes, and then the last episode we went to the end, and maybe the last 2 episodes in the end, and work on the space. And you know, today I want to work on like just maybe a couple more houses. I want to work on filling out the city, because if we wait too long in between doing this stuff, then we have to do a whole bunch all at the same time. And that, I think, isn't that much fun to watch. You know, I think it's a lot more fun to watch, you know, a house building here, a house building there, and then big giant projects, and then small little house building and all that kind of stuff, you know? So if you walk over this direction, you take a look, this is the most recent house that we just did right here. So I was thinking maybe we fill out this little area right here. The other option that I was thinking about today, the other thing that's been kind of weighing on me, because I see this cliff and it makes me think of it right now, is the waterfall cliff area over here, because it's just, I've never done anything with it. It's just sitting there. It's bland right there. What I want to do is I want to cover it. I want to make it actually look like the waterfall, just basically stone and cobble, and actually dress up with some slabs and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's the more pressing thing to really, because that would really change this whole thing. Why don't we do that today? Okay, why don't we do that today? Well, let's work on this cliff, and then next episode maybe we'll come back and do some houses. The cliff extends from, well, right around the corner, right where the gate is, right over there, the entire way over to that mountain over there. So it's pretty long, and you can see it from everywhere, and it just being dirt really bothers me. Now, there's going to be some dirt. We're going to do some little overhangs, some little dirt areas, and some grass areas and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's going to really dress this whole thing up. You know, I'm just looking at, like, how much better the custom terrain looks than, like, say, that over there, which is Minecraft terrain, right, and blah. So let's work on that right now. I'm going to go get some stone, and stone and cobble. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to just hodgepodge up the whole thing, and then we'll come back, and then we'll probably do something like this, where we do some slabs, different slabs, maybe some little dirt grass areas with some leaves, really show some greenery, show some overgrowth and all that kind of thing. But you know what? I happen to know, I thought I was out of rockets, but I have 2 stacks. I happen to know that I'm just about out of cobblestone, so that means we head over to the mountain. Oh, by the way, since I have you here, let's check out the mountain, because I did some work the other day. I think it was after the Ender Dragon fight, but before I edited that video together. So it's been like 2 days, 3 days. My whole family is sick. We actually thought it was maybe Corona. We took my oldest son, who was the first one to get sick, and well, the only one at that time to get sick, and we took him in for a test. Now it turns out that it came back negative, so that's all cool, but we weren't really sure. So now we all have basically what he had, which is, you know, it's like a common sort of viral cold or whatever, you know. It's not very much fun to go through, but thank goodness it's not COVID-19. Thank goodness. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just like I'm sick, but I'm just like normal sick, you know. So I don't want to complain too much, because I know there's a lot of people in this world right now who are a lot sicker than normal sick, you know. So I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm going to grab a whole bunch of stone, a whole bunch of cobblestone here. I think I have both. Yeah, I have both pickaxes, and then we'll figure out what's next. Okay, I'll probably AFK or do some of this off camera, and then we'll come back so we can really get a good look in and see how it's going. I'm at an interesting time in this whole getting sick business, where I can't tell if I'm getting sick or if I'm just being kind of a wuss, and I'm just really tired because I don't sleep, and I'm not really sure which one. But I'm somewhere in that, and it's not that much fun. But I've been reclining my head as far as I can, and I've been making a small little change to this mountain area here, because I think I want to end up putting something right in this area here, because I think it's kind of like lost terrain. So what I decided to do here, and I wanted to come in before I did the whole thing, because I think once this part is done, you won't really notice that, like, there ever used to be anything there. I think it'll seem like this was always the way it was, because I know that's the way it happened in the back. But yeah, I think I'm going to cover up all this. You see, I had started to do this, and then I just kept thinking, I was like, well, that little land over there right by the castle mouth is so skinny, like I could never use it for anything, because that's just where a river is. So I think it'd be more fun to put down some grass here and make this into kind of a usable thing, whether I extend the castle or build a tower or just a house or whatever. Just have something here, because this location is pretty mint, right? Like, this is a pretty good location, like has a really nice vantage point. You can see a lot of stuff, and yeah, I think this would be a really nice place to build something. I don't know what yet. Maybe if you have any ideas, maybe you can leave it down in the comments below, because we're probably not going to build anything here today. I don't think that's really going to be part of the plan. But yeah, it's going to be a cool little thing. I've really been enjoying kind of doing some of this too, like some of these little grass kind of overhangs, and then just replacing grass here, like something like this, like just so it looks like the grass is tumbling up. I've really been enjoying that. And then it looks a little wacky from here, but then after you bone meal it once and you throw in some leaves, then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, that's good, it's cool. And yeah, little places like here, you can see there's a little bit of grass showing there. That'll be nice for some flowers. A little bit along the road here, and yeah, you see what I mean? This is nice. Like a little place like up here, I think we could do maybe a grass platform, say maybe right here. Anywhere that's bigger than like a block, I think could have just a little bit of a grass thing. And then we just have to build up enough where you can do a little bit of an overhang for grass, because I think that's really the key to the look, right? Something along these lines, especially once that grass turns into dirt. But yeah, something like that. That's cool. And then up here again, you put a little tree up there, a little bit of a twig or something like that, and I think it turns out really nice. If you're wondering what these campfires are right here, these are going to be statues for my boys. At some point, some episode, we'll do some statues here, just some small little things, because this is the kingdom of two brothers. That's kind of the idea, and the lore behind my kingdom is that there was a king, a great king named Fixxitt. No, I don't know what the king's name is. And when he died, he left his kingdom to his two sons. So they split it in half basically. And well, it's still one kingdom, but each of them rules over a half. So it's the kingdom of two brothers. I think it's pretty cool. I want to pop into the question or comment of the day. Why did you do it, Fix? You have made me need to visit the Nether for more Blackstone. Darny Fix, the roads look fantastic and so fitting. I have got to do my own kingdom. Darny Fix for having a great eye. Andy Days from Bedrock Survival 101, which was the episode that we changed out all the roads for this Blackstone. I gotta tell you, it took me a while. I was pretty lukewarm on the change when we first did it, but now I'm completely converted, and now I really love it. I think it was a really positive change. Breaks up, adds a lot more interest to the world. I think kind of adds a new whole color, and yeah, it's a vibrance to the world I don't think that we had before. So I'm a big fan. Now, one other thing I want to do here while we're here is I want to grab some dirt slabs. And to grab dirt slabs, I'm going to show this, because I'm going to show this a few times in a few different videos. But I want to show, if you grab the texture pack, you need to know how to give yourself dirt slabs. Unfortunately, you can't do a custom recipe without playing in experimental mode, to the best of my knowledge. So here, are you? I got to do creative. Sorry, you can't interact with a command block without being creative. But here's the exact command, okay? /give @p stone_slab 64. That's for a stack. That can be any number. And then space and then 2. That's the key to give yourself the wooden slab, okay? So there. Now you know. And I'll show that in a few others. And eventually I want to do a texture pack video as well, because I've done quite a few changes, but there's still a couple more changes that I want to do. So before we get any further, I'm going to give myself a few dirt slabs, because I want to start adding some slabbage to the world. And well, I guess before we get there, yeah, I should be good. Okay, that should be okay for right now. Let's dump these flowers in. I'll meet over at top of the terraforming build. All right, then. I think this is shaping up very nicely. What a change, right? I mean, man, what a difference this makes. It just looks like it's been manicured and it's supposed to be this way. Yeah, this is super nice. I really like it. Let's go across the bridge over here and we'll check out the other side, because unfortunately, because of the way I planned the city, which is not the greatest, there's not an absolutely great vantage point of this cliff. But that's okay. I think you can see it like from higher points, and you can see it sort of when you fly in, And you know, whatever, it's fine. But if you go back here, you can see a little bit more of the cliff. Just just tried my best to just make some kind of cool little places. I use a lot of bone meal, and yeah, it's a huge difference. Huge difference. There's a lot of spots in this town that I have just been walking by for a long time that I didn't really realize needed some help badly, and now that I've done some, now I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs some help. For example, if I just walk, where was that spot? Yeah, right here. Okay, right here. Yeah, I just walked right by it. Like right in here, for example, this is just dead space, right? But in a city of a lot of people, I don't know that there would necessarily be dead space. I think someone would do something with this land. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe just have a little tree, maybe have a little garden. It's not that big. Maybe even just some bushes or something. I don't know, but it would be something, you know. And this area over here, of course, like this could absolutely be a little mini farm. Maybe that someone walks over here. The one thing I'm not. First, I love the cliff. I think the cliff looks just awesome. I really like it. So that's cool. The one thing that I'm not totally in love with is the riverbank. So that's gonna be one of the next things that we work on. Not today, but eventually I really want to work on this riverbank. I love the river. I love the way it is, but it just needs it's just a little weird. So I think what I need to do is I need to do some Google images and find out what people do in the riverbanks to make them look a little bit more natural, because this isn't great. The one thing I thought about doing is kind of making them a little bit more sloped. So, for example, doing something like a lot more of these dirt slabs and using the coarse dirt, which definitely should be coarse dirt, I think. Right? I mean, definitely coarse dirt. But I think something like this is going to help a lot, just like along the bank. So it's only like one block, because I think the bank wouldn't be steep. You know, over time, this top bit of grass would fall into the river and be washed downstream. So I think what I need to do is I need to sort of, as gently as I can, move this down just a bit. So like just a couple little things like this, I think are really going to help, where it's going to show that the top of this has already fallen into the river. I think that would really be helpful. Like I could actually, that probably needs to be there. In fact, actually. Another little thing is about these dirt slabs. These dirt slabs are transparent, so yeah, you have to make sure to replace the block under if it's grass with coarse dirt, because otherwise you're gonna have grass under your slab, and that's gonna look really weird. It'd be like dirt, grass, dirt, which is not really the way nature generally works. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Oh, folks, I am really getting into this whole filling space thing. Look at how cool this is going to be. So a little path going down there. We have potatoes over here and wheat over here. Oh, this is going to be great. I would kind of like to have a scarecrow in that, but I'll probably do a couple, so I'll wait until I get a couple more of these little mini crop fields done. But I really like it. I think it's just really cool. That wouldn't hurt to have maybe a tall fern there. Very nice. Yeah, this is just great. I am super into this right now. So I'm gonna try to do another one. I'm gonna find another little spot that's too small for a house, and I don't want to do a tree and do another little field. But that's excellent. Oh yeah. Well, listen, I am really getting into this little micro landscaping bit that I've been working on here for a little while, and there are some really nice improvements. Let's see if we manage to not look at that Enderman. First, you saw this farm over here. I did a little bit more landscaping around here. It just looks beautiful, like little trees, some taller grass. Yeah, it is adding so much. I want every block to be purposefully placed. That's the goal. I have a lot of berry bushes kind of off the path a little bit. Hopefully I won't walk into them too much. And let's see. You walk over here. I really like this area too. I like how the road goes around the big tree. Little farm right here. You walk around over this way, dressed up some of this stuff over here. And yeah, it's coming along. Like things are starting to look more like a real city. I was looking at this little area right here, like right in this bit. And you know what I don't like about this street, this little side street, is, look, it's totally flat. I think that's not great. So I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to lower it a block. Lower it a block right about here. So let me rip out the street, and then we'll come back and talk about sort of how we're going to do it, because I'm going to need some inventory space. That was a quick little edit. Let's just see how it feels. Yeah, this is a huge improvement. A couple things I'm gonna have to change out, like I'm gonna need to bring a log down here. I don't imagine that I have any logs just sitting around here if I can get through this door. Do I? I have these logs. Not exactly what I'm looking for though, and I have more of those logs. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of of repair job around here. I'm not crazy about this grass being up this high, so I think what I could do is something like this. Just where it's 2 blocks tall, you know what I mean? Like maybe even just change out like, ooh, that was a complete accident. I don't actually hate it, but no, I think we'll go. Sometimes, you know, you don't switch over to your axe because you're like, oh, I'll just break this 1 block, and then I don't break the blocks behind it. So yeah, okay. So that's not bad. I could do maybe one of these and maybe down there. That's not bad. That one needs a block and that needs a block. Actually, you know what? I think maybe all these need to be maybe like this. Yeah. That's not in fact, actually, oh, you know what we should do? We should take out this. Let's take out this block right here and put in a spruce leaf block and see. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, so I just need to grab two of these spruce logs, and then yeah, this nice little dip down there. I think this is not terrible. I think it actually adds a lot. It's really nice. Man, this is not bad. This is kind of weird little hodgepodgey episode, but man, I think we got a lot of work done here. Like, I think that the city has come a long way in this little kind of weird bouncing around all over the place episode. But like, look, I worked on this little farm over here. This was there before, but the wheat came right out to the river, and I didn't really like that. I dressed up this farm a little bit more, added in some stone bricks and a nice hodgepodge of leaves. I think that makes a huge difference. I did dress up this bridge just a hair. It's not absolutely great yet. We'll get there. I started taking down something, and I ran out of inventory space, so I stopped. I'm going to deal with this soon. I don't mind the house in front of the storage building because the storage building's front isn't great. Let's face it. Let's go over and take a look at it. It's just blah. It is blah. So I don't mind this house sort of blocking it. It's kind of helpful. But the area around it, I never really had a set plan for this area. I was going to maybe do a park or something, but it's obviously way too small. So I don't know what we're going to do. What is that dude doing over here? That's new. I did not know that I had an iron golem around here. Interesting. Weird. Anyway, I think that is going to wrap up today's episode. So if you enjoyed the episode, leave me a like. If you have any comments of things I could add to the city, man, I would love to hear it. But I think that we're on the right track here. I think we're coming up with a lot more little areas. I mean, man, just this spot alone. Look at that. Look at the view. It's so much better than it was before. In fact, I think that'll be with the thumbnail. All right. I love you all very much. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. And I will see you in 2 days with the next Bedrock Survival with Fix episode. Tell your friends, leave a like if you don't mind. And comments are really, really great. I really enjoy reading them. And who knows, maybe that'll be the next comment or question of the day. Okay. If you have any questions, those are really helpful to me as well. Okay. Love you all. Bye, everybody.